What is up, guys? My name's Clayton Yates, and today we are going to find out how much these tires affect fuel economy. These are a BFG Rival S 1.5, and they are a 305 30 19. And for comparison's sake, we are going to use the factory wheels on a little bit different tire size, but really close to factory. There are the rears, and the front's there in the middle. Okay, as you already know, we're testing one tire versus another tire. So as you can see, the fuel tank is empty, and we are going to go down to the local gas station, fill it up with 91 octane Shell V-Power. And the reason why I wanted it empty is so that we get the same quality fuel for both tests. Alright guys, so each tire has a little bit going for it. The pros for the factory tire first: it is a taller diameter. Any speed above slight acceleration help with fuel mileage because it's a taller tire, giving an overall taller gear ratio. Say we're 2,000 RPMs with the factory tire, we may be 2,100 RPMs with the shorter race tires. The secondary pro is less tread width, less rolling resistance. The small tire, or the race tire, smaller diameter, much wider, that is lighter, slightly lighter, and does the gear ratio maybe actually help put it in a more efficient range. So my best guess is the factory setup will get better fuel mileage. Okay folks, here we are, the Shell gas station. So I'm going to use a method that TFL Truck uses. What they do is they let the fuel pump click off, and then they wait 30 seconds to a minute, I think it's 30 seconds, and then they continue filling until it clicks off again. The second click is when they stop. For the sake of accuracy, all the tires were set at 34.5 psi. Alright guys, so based off of the GPS speedometer, 73 miles an hour in this car with these tires is 70 miles an hour. Where we're at right now, the speed limit's 70. Shortly it's going to go up to 75, and at that point we'll increase our speed. I'm having to be very crafty here. We've used the GPS speedometer to calculate the speed again. With these tires, 78 miles an hour is 75. Notice that guy missing anything? Here's our first exit, and we will slow down to 60. Just take a look at that view. I used to make this drive, a part of this drive, to Zion every day on my way to work, and it is definitely spectacular. Slightly more traffic than anticipated, but it doesn't seem to be affecting fuel economy too much as long as I accelerate and decelerate at a slow rate of speed. I wanted to see if this camera would give us a sense of just how bumpy this road is. This is a relatively smooth road, so it's not the road itself. The car with these tires is very stiff, and I have them at 35 psi. And they're practically a race tire. They have a very stiff sidewall. They want a trim line everywhere, so if there's a crease in the road, the tire will try to follow that. It'll kind of pull the steering wheel, so you have to pay attention with these tires on. The main difference is they're bumpy. You feel everything, and that's mostly the car, but the tires also affect that. The factory size wheel and tire is also pretty bumpy. It's more of like a sports setup, but it's not as bad as these. These are very, they're rough. I don't know if you can hear the tire noise, but
really it's not too bad with these tires. I've heard people say the rivals are a little bit louder than the RE71s. I actually feel like the RE71s were a little bit louder, but that kind of goes against everything I've read online. You could buy these tires and drive them on the street and not have any problem, except for they are going to wear out pretty quick compared to like even a Michelin Pilot PS4 or a Continental Extreme Contact Sport or a Firestone Firehawk Indy 500, which is what will be on the front of this car with our next test, or the next set of tires that we use. So those are really good tires. I've used those, and I actually wore out the rears, and I wanted to try a little bit stickier tire, and I got the factory size for a ZL1, like a 2015 5th gen ZL1, the Goodyear Eagle F1 supercar, not the newer one but the older one. I got the front size for the ZL1 and put it on the rear of the factory size. Now that's not currently what's on the car, but that's what we're going to be comparing. So on the front we have the Indy 500, on the rear we have the Goodyear Goodyear Eagle F1 supercar, the older version, compared to the Rival S 1.5 square setup. So staggered versus square, 20 inch versus 19 inch, narrower versus wider. So there's some differences, but the main purpose of this is to say, if you're going to put a race car setup on your car, this is probably, and you have a Camaro or a Mustang, this is, I would say, the most likely size you're going to be going to. So that makes this a test for the guy that's switching out to a race car setup, not a full-on race car, but a street tire setup that can be used at the track or the autocross, and is actually a requirement for a lot of the racing series, such as Optima's Search for the Ultimate Street Car, a lot of the SCCA classes such as CAM, FS, stuff like that. You're limited to a 200 tread wear tire, and some tires are outlawed, such as the Kumo ACR tire is outlawed in a lot of racing series. So you're kind of limited on what you can and can't run, but tread wear is one of those, with a few exclusions. So yeah, we're about 3/4 of the way up, and then we're going to turn around in the exact same spot both times. We're going to head back down, and then our test for one set of tires will be complete. We'll put on the other set, and we'll do the same loop, same day, right around the same temperature. So I'm excited to see the difference. So this is our turnaround spot, and based on what the car is saying for fuel economy, I'm very impressed. I know it's pretty close to being accurate even with the different tire size, so I'm excited to get back and see the difference. Alright, so we'll use the exact same method as before. Put it on full, and then once it clicks off, we'll wait 30 seconds and go again until it clicks off, and then we're done. Okay, it's been 30 seconds. Look at all that brake dust just from 90 miles. These tires are also pretty worn. They've been hammered on the racetrack. But this is my secondary set. I'll use these on the street sometimes or for practice autocross. But I have a set of Apex wheels with brand new Rival S's. Let's go check those out. So here is
That's right, they're in my bedroom. And these are the same size, just like new. They actually have one track day on them. You can see a little bit of wear right there. But yeah, they have a really light track day on them. There's the tires right there. I got to move a bunch of RE71s to get down to the other tires, but I'll get those moved. But I'm actually going to time myself to see how fast I can do this. I'm going to guess 10 minutes. Just something real quick that's kind of cool that I want to show you. Whenever you jack up the front, the back comes off. That's how stiff this car is. That's how much rear suspension travel it has. Almost none. It's crazy. So I got all the wheels on. Got the wheels out of there on the car in 11 minutes. And then I got them all torqued down at 13 minutes. Now I'm going to see how long it takes me to put everything away. Okay, so I got everything put away, everything completely done right under 16 minutes. Oh my gosh, I left the jack out. Okay, 16 minutes and 30 something seconds. Pulling back up to our same gas pump for the third time. By the time we're done, we will have been here 4 times today. Reset our trip. About halfway through our loop with the factory size tires. Fuel mileage looks to be almost the same from what I can tell so far. To our turnaround spot again, and for the last couple miles I've had a cop riding my butt. Okay, so we just got back to the pump after doing our loop with the factory size tires. So that's the actual mileage, 84.3. The math and see what it really is. Wow guys, this video ended up taking a lot longer than I thought it would to film, but I said, you know what, I'm going to stick with it because people want to see the actual results. That's probably what you've been waiting for the whole time. So thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. So with the Rival S 1.5, we got 26.1 mile per gallon average, and I was really surprised by the results. With the factory size tires, we got 28.8. That's a huge difference. Over 2 miles a gallon, almost 3. Very big difference, and I was really surprised to see that large of a change with just a small, it's actually a 1-inch difference. So the Rivals are 1 inch smaller, and I think that gear ratio just really killed fuel mileage. Also, the rolling resistance probably didn't help too much, but make sure you hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate you watching this video and look forward to seeing you guys around. Catch you on the next video.